Good morning, it is Tuesday and you are watching Kwak TV, because why watch crap TV when you can watch Kwak TV? Oh, with me, Calvin here, and I am feeling it today. We was just having a couple of technical difficulties, but we have fixed them, which is why we're just a little bit late off the bat this morning, but never mind. We've still got an amazing guest today and the show must go on. So if you are watching, make sure you say hello to me in the comments and say who you are, what you're doing, what you're drinking, what you doing this morning. It's Tuesday. It's also Shrove Tuesday, and I'll be coming on to that in a minute, my loves. So, yes, it is. And if you are watching this on replay, remember to put hashtag replay in the comments for me, so I like to know who stalks me. So, Chelsea White, good morning off the mark. As we know, every morning on Kwak TV, I do the different days of the year. I go through Twitter hashtags. I do everything. So you all have some inspiration for the day. And you know what's just going on in the world, really. So, today, with no further ado, the days of the year. It is Innovation Day. It's time to innovate. But for me, I think that is every day. Every day is Innovation Day. Oh, good morning, Mr. Quackers. Hope you are well. It is also Tim Tam Day. Don't know what a Tim Tam is. It sounds like an American sweet. It's a Tim Tam Day, apparently. Do a grouch a favour day. So speaking of Mr. Quackers, do a grouch a favour day. It is also Almond Day, and it is also Shrove Tuesday. It is Pancake Day today. That's not on that website. That needs to be on it. So, yes, today is Pancake Day. Are you having your pancakes? Because I'll be having mine later, my loves. I really, really will be. Oh, Chelsea says, good morning, Mr. Quackers. I swear he gets more attention than me. Fuming. So, yes. And then, as we know, every morning as well, I go through different Twitter hashtags that are trending. So, number one is Pancake Day. That is number one. Also partnered with hashtag Shrove Tuesday. It is also a hashtag Tuesday motivation, hashtag Tuesday vibes, and it is also a hashtag Tuesday thoughts. There you go, hashtag Tuesday thoughts, hashtag Tuesday vibes, hashtag Tuesday motivations, hashtag Pancake Day, and hashtag Shrove Tuesday. And you may be wondering, Callum, why are we flying through these this morning, my love? I don't know why I'm saying my love so much, honestly. It's because with our technical difficulties, me and my guest want to talk about our exciting thing. So today I've had this guest on. So this is part two for this guest. And we are going to be talking about UK experiences. And when I say this lady's had plenty of experiences, that sounds, get your mind out of the gutter, people. Honestly, she's had plenty of experiences. So, like I said, with no further ado, good morning, Linda.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Chelsea. Good morning, Mr. Quackers. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but we got there in the end, didn't we?
We got there in the end. It was quite funny because I'm just sat here like, but no, it's really cool. So thank you for coming back for part two. Obviously, we had you on for part one, and it was amazing.
I know, it was good. I had fun. I learned so much. In fact, I used your Hull questions in our quizzes. Actually, where can you find white telephone boxes? So yeah, no,
I like it. So, Linda, just in case people didn't catch part one, which you can find on YouTube, people, just remind them who you are and what you do.
My name's Linda Reynolds. I'm a personal travel agent. I've been established 32 years, and I send you away on dream holidays, luxury holidays, group holidays in the UK and abroad. And I use my 32 years worth of knowledge and experience to make it pretty special and memorable.
I love that. And do you know, you touched on something then as well, which is our topic for today. You whip people off on holidays, but holidays don't mean just abroad, do they, Linda?
No. I think with in part one, we discussed about finding what's out on your doorstep. And this is what brought us to the conversation of what's in Hull. And you were a fantastic advocate of what's in Hull, what you can see, what you can do. You work there, so you got to meet lots of people, and you were so enthusiastic about Hull. I'm sure you made people's trips when they went to that city and they wanted to find out more. So yeah, people are thinking, oh, I'm not going on holiday abroad. Where can I go? But they're hoping, and we're all hoping, this summer everybody will be dashing around to see either what's on their local doorstep or going out to counties and different seaside towns and visiting various National Trust properties and just finding out what's on their doorstep and having a holiday that way. It doesn't have to be 2 weeks in the sun. Fingers crossed we'll have sun. Last April we had fantastic sunshine in the UK, because I can remember first lockdown, I even put my cosy on and sat in my garden with that on. I've got a pervy neighbour, but it didn't last long. But anyhow, I digress. But yeah, just to say, there's plenty of things for you to do. That's a whole new story. We won't go there.
That's a complete different life. It's
Completely different line now. No. Just
love
make
it.
sure you're in your garden with your cosy on. You've got your brolly up, or you're sheltered anyhow. No,
You know what? I love you. I love UK holidays. So in Hull, and I know there's different names for these coach holidays in particular around the UK, but in Hull and up north we have national holidays, and they went bust at the original, at the beginning of COVID originally.
Yeah.
And I was saying to people, they'll get bought out. They'll get bought out. They have to get bought out because what they offer is kind of one of a kind, and no one else does it up north to their extent, to their range. And I've been bloody everywhere. I was about to go to Scotland, and then Rona slid it, turned up. But I've done pretty much, I'd say, most of England, like Britain. I'll say Britain. I've done pretty much most of Britain. I love it. I love the South Coast. I think I touched on that with you last time. Anyway, I absolutely love the South Coast.
I think the beauty of coach holidays is if you're the driver of a car, you don't get to see what's going on. So I know my dad in years gone by, he always drove everywhere. My mum wouldn't go on a coach. It made her sick, she said. She didn't like coach holidays. But my dad, after my mum passed away, absolutely adored them. So he went away with his brothers and sisters because he said it was the first time he could just take in the surroundings. And when you sat on a coach, especially these luxury coaches now, they've got everything from like toilets on there, they'll have air conditioning. You'll find the seats are similar to like airline type seats, really comfortable. You can recline in them. You get to see the countryside as you go by, which you don't when you're sat in your car whizzing down the M6. And you find the coach drivers know the best places to stop as well. So they will end up taking you to some really good stops, sort of like farm shops. As well as you go down to Bristol, and I can't think of it, it slipped out of my mind. And it's a farmer, and he's built this farm shop on the side of the motorway, covered in grass. It's a bit like Teletubby Land. You don't know it's there, but when you get inside, he's got home produce in there. He's got all the local producers. Who, whether they're doing glass, whether they're doing knitting, he's got all their stuff in his farm shop. But it's also got this huge cafe and has a view across the farm and the fields, and that's a fantastic stop. So if you're on a coach, don't dismiss them because they'll get you to lots of little places. They'll use hotels, sometimes on the outskirts of towns and cities, but you've got the bus, so they'll take you in. But I wouldn't dismiss them at all.
No, and you know what? For me, with them holidays in particular, what I absolutely love about them is when people plan to go on holidays, particularly in the UK, when you go abroad, you'll look into it a bit more. Oh, I want to go there, want to go there, want to go see this, want to go that. What I found with a lot of my friends and family when they've done UK holidays, they'll do just a little bit of research and they'll go, oh, we'll just drive around and we'll get around there and find somewhere. But what they'll look for a lot of the time of the physical activities or physical places that are advertised for tourism. But when you go on a lot of these coach trips, they'll take you to a lot of the villages that you'd normally actually just drive through and you wouldn't stop. But they'll stop you because they'll go, we're going to stop here, but actually walk down that road and you'll find like why the reason I've brought you here. And you're like, okay. You walk down it. I remember it was actually down south. It was this one particular village and every garden had a miniature village modelled in the front of it. And he was like, we're only stopping for half an hour. It was like, but what? This is how you know you've got a good coach driver, because like you're saying, they'll know all the little knickknacks and they'll all stop, etc. And you walk down and everyone had these miniature kind of like model villages in the front garden. So it was like, it was so cool. It was down south. It might have been in Cornwall, but it was absolutely amazing. No, it was
and you wouldn't have found that, would you? You wouldn't have found that without the knowledge of that coach driver or whoever put that tour together. And that's the inside knowledge. There's a village in Cornwall, it's in Devon, it's called Minions. And it's a high up little village. You have to drive quite a way to get there, but it's all based around minions. So at one point, it was such a tourist attraction because they had this huge minion by the side of the sign for the village called Minions. And it used to cause traffic jams because everybody used to stop the car, get out and have a picture with the minion. But you get there and it does the most wonderful cream teas. You've got like a little village area and you can go off from walks from there. So names of particular places and having the knowledge of where you're going. I mean, I didn't know about the Minions sign. Do you know what I mean? You see it and you think, is that Minions? And then there's loads of pictures in the local cafe there of people stood with a huge minion. So it's looking for the quirky stuff, like you say, and glamping pods, and there's all sorts of stuff. But tree houses. You can stop in Norfolk where you've got railway carriages. You can spend a couple of nights in a railway carriage. It's
great. You know what? You're doing exactly what kind of my next thing was. Like, fair enough. I know we talk about coach holidays and the coach driver, but for people that don't have coach holidays, this is where someone like you comes in, because we're like, you know, it's we want to go to. We'll go to Norfolk. You know, we want to visit around Norfolk area. We've not done that area before. You're like, oh, great, right. Well, I'll tell you what. We've got this. We've got that. We've got this. We could put you in them. Right, didn't even know they existed. Yeah, we'll go and do that. And you're like, yeah, you didn't. It's why I'm here. This is how 30 odd years of bloody travel agency comes in handy. But no, and it is so important for that personal touch, because that's what is on a coach holiday for myself. What a coach driver adds is that personal touch. But then that's also where yourself comes in, isn't it?
It's the inside knowledge, and it's years of research and interest in something. So if you're interested in a specific area or place, you will read up so much about it, and like you say, you'll go, oh yeah, we'll go to Norfolk, we'll go to Wroxall, we're going to have a look. Well, in Wroxall, every shop belongs to the same guy. Roy of Wroxall, and it's quirky because every shop belongs to him, and you go in. And it's a bit weird because every shop is Roy of Wroxall's shop. But from there, you can hire boats. You've got some beautiful boatside houses. But there's some things you wouldn't know about. So, like, you can go in there and they do the most marvellous sausage rolls in one of his cafes. And they're like, it's local sausage meat. Getting on to sausage now, aren't we? Local sausage meat, local produce again. And if you're going somewhere, go and try out the local produce, speak to the local people. A lot of people keep to themselves, and I get that. That's their holiday. They want to relax with their family and friends. But part of my holiday, whether it's the UK or abroad, is meeting the people and finding out. And the people you meet will tell you things that you didn't know about as well. Yeah. So it's a whole learning process. It depends. It depends what you are as a person, what you like doing. But those little nuggets, those local people, they'll say, yeah, don't go to that pub. Go to the other one because they've got ducks that come, you know, past the front door every morning at about 11 en route to the river or something. You know, it's those little touches, and hopefully that's what I bring to people. I bring those little touches and things that they wouldn't normally find out from just looking in a brochure.
Exactly right. And do you know what? Like with UK holidays, I was just thinking then, I was like, where haven't I been, either it be a county or a place? And I'm like, I haven't actually really done past the North Yorkshire moors, like Newcastle area, not really done there. And I've not done Kent. I said Kent, people. I've not done Kent either. I've done Surrey and Sussex a bit. I've done Cornwall and Devon quite a bit. Done the Midlands loads. I've done the Dales, the Moors and Derbyshire. I've done them, God knows, you know, till the cows come home. And I'm like, but I haven't really done Kent. I haven't done Scotland. Or really just north of the Yorkshire moors. I haven't really done them areas. I'm like, well, at least I know where I need to venture around when it comes to it.
I haven't been north of there either. I haven't actually done the lakes. That's on my hit list.
I haven't done the lakes either.
It's weird, isn't it? Because you've got so many wonderful things on your own doorstep, and people say, oh, you haven't done here and you haven't done here. You know, you haven't done these different places in the UK. My idea was that I'd work outwards. So I'd start with Australia and then work inwards. And the joke is, you can sit on your sofa when you're 70. That's what we say. Yeah. And me and my husband were like, well, when we're older, we can do all the UK things. We probably won't be able to travel as easily then. We probably won't want to travel as easy. So the idea was we would do local stuff and the UK when we were older. But obviously now that's been forced upon us. And I think I said in our last part one, we're going to do a seaside trip. So we may well start off actually from Canterbury, and work along that southern coast when we get the opportunity, and just book bed and breakfast, hotels, Airbnbs, and just check out a variety of different, variety of different hotels. I mix it up with, I like stopping in halls. So Torkworth Hall, north of Bristol, beautiful, fantastic for summer, sit out there with the Pims. But then down to little Airbnbs. So I've been in Ludlow, for example, and there's a little Airbnb there, and they put out biscuits, wine, and it's just one of those cozy, it's got like wood burner in it, but it's slap bang in the middle of Ludlow. So just do some digging. And if you can't do some digging and you don't want to do the research, ring somebody like me, blatant plug now, because I will have knowledge or access to those little places. But just enjoy what you're doing, research it and look at it. I mean, Scotland's on my hit list. The lakes are on my hit list. I've been to Glasgow, I've been to Edinburgh, but I've never done sort of around Fort Worth and around those areas. And I've picked up a few friends en route with various networks who live up in Scotland. They're like, yeah, come and stop with us. So that's another thing. If you're networking online at the moment, meeting people, double it in with doing a network meeting. So I've been across to Yarmouth and been networking at various places there and met the people I've met online. So that's wonderful as well.
Yeah, and do you know what? Like with Scotland, I'm actually going later this year. Hopefully COVID would have fucked off by then. With my partner and his family, because he's actually part Scottish. His dad's Scottish, and his sister lives in Edinburgh. I was like, oh, so we're staying in Edinburgh? He went, no, we're staying at like the top of like Scotland. Like before you get the little like what I call like the hair flick at the top.
Yeah,
there's like a little alcove. We're staying in the little alcove, and I was like,
right.
Christ, that is north, innit? He's like, yeah. But I've got a few friends that have been to the lakes, and they said it's beautiful. But one thing you've got to understand when you're in the lakes, once you're in and settled, it's not a quick walk down to some shops or, there might be a pub here and there, but it's not a quick walk anywhere or even an all right walk everywhere. You do have to drive. It was like, because where all the stuff is, like where you would go and explore, you have to drive. You couldn't really walk it. And it's like, oh, right, okay. But then you think about it and you're like, well, yeah, because you're in the middle of what I'm going to class as some mini mountains filled with water. Like, you're good, unless you swim everywhere, you're going to have to drive everywhere, aren't you? So
it's preparation, isn't it? And it's knowing. And you, by talking to your friends, you're now aware of that. If you go there, one, you're probably going to need a good pair of walking boots if you do like walking. Yeah. Because of all the weather changes within the lake, even if it's sunny, it's probably worth taking yourself a pack-a-mac or something just in case. And it's the preparation. If you are stopping somewhere, get your shop before you go there, so you're not driving back. I remember
get your ice cooler bag with all your ice packs in, with all your meat in, so all your meat can stay fresh. Yeah, love it.
That's it. It's preparation, isn't it? I remember we were in a place called Hidden Valley Cabins in Queensland a few years ago, and they took us, and it's marvelous. You're literally you're on the border of the outback and a rainforest. And Hidden Valley Cabins are eco-friendly. They've won loads of awards in Australia for cabins, and we knew the guy, and we were his first ever visitors. And he turned around and said to us, "Oh, we're going to get the Eskian, which is an Eskimo box, ice box. We're going to go to the shop." And my husband and the kids said, "Yeah, we'll come with you." The nearest shop was an hour and a half away. So 3 hours. 3 hours we sat there, me and my sister-in-law, going, well, where are these prawns? Where have they gone to this corner shop? And it was 3 hours away. It was an hour and a half there and an hour and a half back, which in Australia is the norm. But in England, if you had to drive an hour somewhere and an hour back, you'd be a bit like, whoa, So as we said, preparation is the key if you go anywhere, and finding out.
Christ. Well, I know that we both need to wrap up for 10 o'clock, but it was nice and short and sweet one. Basically, people, start going on your UK holidays and don't just brush them off, is the be all and end all of this. But Linda, as we said last time, people can find you and come to you for their holidays, and they must come to you for their holidays, shouldn't they?
They should, because I will give them this one-to-one service. There's no daft questions. You can ring me up, you can DM me on Facebook, or you can send me an email to linda.reynolds@thepersonaltravelagents.co.uk. That's a bit of a mouthful. But yeah, by all means, just give me a call and let's have a chat about what you can do. And like I said, there's no silly questions. My services are complimentary. I think a lot of people think we charge a fee. We don't. We're paid within the package deal or within the accommodation that you book with us. So why not give me a call?
I love it. Absolutely love it. Linda, thank you so much. I'll have a quick chat to you backstage if you're still there, but if you need to rush off, don't worry about it. I'll speak to you later. Bye.
Thanks for having me. See you soon.
Oh, honestly, I love that woman. And if you haven't seen part one, you can catch it on YouTube. So make sure you go to YouTube. You can find part one on there because this is part 2 and part 1 was really, really cool. So you have been watching Kwak TV because why watch Crap TV where you can watch Kwak TV with me, Calvin K. And tomorrow we have the one and only Mr. Keith Blakemore Noble as our guest, and I cannot wait. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, 9:30. I'll see you there, and make sure you get your pancakes. My voice broke today. Make sure you get your pancakes done for today because it is Shrove Tuesday. Have a good day.